Welcome to the podcast. Would you like to
Thank you,
introduce
man. I
yourself?
appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate it. My name's Jesse. I run an Instagram account called Hyphy Souls.
Hmm.
I resell sneakers and clothing, all that good stuff. I've been doing it for about 3 years now. I started in high school. I started in sophomore year. I I got into it because I saw people on like YouTube like flipping clothes from the thrift, and I like to thrift. I've always liked to thrift um, clothes for myself.
Mm.
I was like, wait, if they can do it, how come I can't do it? So
Yeah.
I went to the thrift store and I bought a few things and I put it on Snapchat. And the next day at school, I started selling clothes. And people always come to me, shoes, clothes. But I used to sell everything. I was selling cereal in high school. Like I was really trying to
Damn.
make
True
money
hustler over here.
always.
So have you been like, have you only resold like thrifted stuff? You don't really do like the whole buy
Like
like a large amount of releases, then sell them out like
um
recent releases, like stuff like that.
um I've only done a few releases. There was actually recently two pairs. A pair of the Mocha ones. I actually
Mm.
got exclusive access from Nike to cop early before everyone else did.
Dang.
So I bought them. And then the Jubilees, the new 11s that are dropping in a few weeks. I hit those on a shock drop.
Oh wow.
I got the notification. Um, I buy from thrift stores sometimes. I buy from eBay. I'll buy it from eBay and I get it shipped out to my house and I'll sell it for a little more. I'll do local meetups off like Facebook, or I'll do meetups with like other resellers, or I do this a lot sometimes too. I'll just put on my Snap, hey, I'm buying shoes. Send me what you have. Let's make a deal and let's work.
Word. So I know we talked a little bit earlier before the podcast about like, people getting set up or like it might be a scammer or somebody. Like, have you had any experience such as that when it comes to selling shoes?
No, I've been sold fakes, but
Damn.
I've been sold fakes twice, but I got my money back because the person who I bought it from is very very trustworthy. I've done a lot of business with him. I proved it to him. It was actually really funny because it was a pair of Red Fours.
Oh
I
my.
bought them for 365 off. I actually spent a little too much,
Yeah, that was
and I
too much.
I took their I spent a little too much, and I was gonna take them to the sneaker shop and trade them up so I can buy something else.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it was fake. So I
Damn.
was like, damn. The next night, I saw a pair on Craigslist for 150, and they were actually real.
Wow.
So I had both pairs on hand to see. So I was very fortunate to be able to do that
So
and show it to him.
you were able to buy a cheaper pair that was real, and you bought a more expensive pair that was fake.
He paid high. He paid the high. That's why.
Wow.
So I
Wait,
was very very lucky.
is this like a close
I thought
friend
that
of
was
yours?
pretty.
Is this a close friend of yours that sold you the bread force?
Yeah, they like yeah.
But was he like knowledgeable, or did he have an idea that these might have been fake? Like, or
He
was it
said
like
he
he
was
was completely clueless about it?
nah, cause um I was already his friend
Hmm.
before reselling. So and we've done like 10 plus deals. Like that's my guy. Like we're always hooking it up with each other. He lives in Treasure Island, so he's an SF local. So
Mm.
I'm always doing deals with the local guys. I told him, I showed him what's up, and then he was like, okay, yeah, they look kind of sus. I was like,
Damn.
yeah. And I showed him both real pairs. I mean, both pairs. I was lucky enough that I had both pairs on hand, which is kind of crazy
Damn.
to me.
That is crazy.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of he sent me my money back. Everything was cool. He learned his mistake. Where is it? I have a where. Hold up.
It's all good. It's all good.
I have this special light. It's a
What is?
UV. It's a UV
Oh
light,
man, the UV light.
and um, basically what it does is that the fakes, they'll have like a Chinese stamp on the box.
Are you serious?
And you can only, yeah.
But how about the possibility of the box being fake, but the shoe being real?
I mean, that just means it's just a replacement box.
Mm.
Like the person lost the box and then had an extra shoe box laying around. Also, the stitching glows in the dark. That's how you know.
You froze with the UV light though.
Yeah, with the UV light only. I
Wow.
recently a few weeks ago I did a meetup off this guy off Craigslist, and I met up at his house. And I brought this with me, and they seemed a little too suspect. And I pulled out this and I looked at it, and there was a stamp on the box.
Damn.
And I saved myself $200.
But how did you know that stamp was like an indication that the shoe's fake? Like, did you look at it prior to doing it, or was it random? Like, why is there a stamp on this?
Um, I just seen like other resellers on like Instagram talk about it,
Mm,
and I seen them like with the black light take a video and shit like, oh, these is fakes because they have the Chinese stamp on it.
right.
So that's how I learned about it.
Damn. So when it comes to like reselling, is there something like you could really like right off the bat without the UV light, you personally could tell if a shoe is a replica or is it real? Like, is there anything like straight off the
Oh,
bat, like the stitching of all shoes
the
or
size tag.
size tag?
The size tag inside, it's really sloppy.
All right, for the people who don't know about shoes and who might get scammed, can you kind of like elaborate on like what exactly you could look on the size tag to see if like let's say Jordan, for example, if it's like a
Okay.
replica? Yeah.
So basically you can look at the SKU number,
Mm,
which is like, okay, every item that's sold in the world, it has a SKU number, so you can look it up online. And usually if the SKU number doesn't correlate with the actual like number that it's supposed to be, that's a dead giveaway. The release date, every pair of Nikes, if you okay, when you get a chance, take a look at your Nikes and look at the size tag. They have
oh
the date
shit.
of when they have a date of when they were released,
Right,
and when they were, if the date doesn't correlate when they dropped or near when they dropped, then they're fake.
right.
The materials, like if it feels really cheap or very light,
Mm.
they're fake. The stitching, the sound. I don't have any 11s, but
I hear some
um,
people say that like fakes, believe me or not, it might be like a myth or someone was just messing around, but like there's a smell. Is there a smell thing like when it comes to like brand new shoes? You know what I mean? Like some
it's
people
the
will be
glue.
like, there's a smell to it that's like, I don't know if this shoe, smells, I don't know, like a Sharpie or something.
Oh, I love smelling brand new shoes.
Yeah, I
It's
ain't
a
gonna
weird
lie, that's a
habit
good
I
ass
have.
smell.
It's
Is that
like,
like a habit, like just smelling shoes?
yeah, it's like new car smell.
Oh my god, I'm weird, bro. I like the smell of like Home Depot.
Really? That's
I
just
like wood saw, bro. Like
it's
books.
it's it's wood chipping. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like that smell. You like smell of gasoline?
No.
I was about to say you're nasty, bro.
No.
But yeah, but back to what you were saying about like looking up fakes. Is there like a website specifically that you could look up like the little SKU code you were talking about? Or is it just
Well,
like
just
how do you
type
really do
the
that?
code on Google.
You just type in the code. You don't have to
Yeah,
really go to a website in particular.
not really. Um, this is another like thing, but I also look up the SKU code to see how the shoe is like sold on like certain like platforms like eBay.
Mm.
I use eBay a lot too. When I
Oh
when I have the
wow.
chance, I use eBay. I use a bunch of different platforms and that kind of thing to sell shoes and clothes as well.
You like sell like when you talk about you use eBay mostly in the most part, is it like mostly to sell or to buy as well?
Both.
Both. So
It
have
it will
has this
it
been like
just
going on since like quarantine like started? Like
Um,
because quarantine started, or you've been on eBay for the longest?
I I was doing Depop, I was doing Grailed, I was doing eBay. Um, eBay had the most success. Depop was okay. Grailed, I sold a good amount, but then I got kicked off Grailed.
How'd you get kicked out?
Um, I bought a. You ever heard of the brand Palace?
Yeah, Palace.
Um, I bought a Palace windbreaker at Buffalo Exchange, and it looked real. I mean, it looked fine. But then,
Oh,
someone reported it as fake,
but
and
was
that
it?
got
But was it
it
fake
was
though?
fake. It was fake because I looked it up. There was no jacket like that,
Damn.
and I got kicked off, and I was hella mad because I actually had decent sales on Grail.
But did you actually like sell it though? Were you able to
I
actually
did not
sell
sell it.
it?
I did not sell it.
Well, I
I
don't
did not sell it.
understand that. How can you get kicked out if yes, it's a fake, but technically like you did not sell it and you were not aware of it. You couldn't really like give a rebuttal to like, oh, I really didn't know this was fake.
I tried to sign up for another account, and they wouldn't even let me do that because I already got banned. It
Wow.
and I really liked Grailed. I really liked selling on Grailed. I actually got some decent. I got some decent sales on there, but the real like the most popping thing I have is my Instagram page.
Yep, yep. Also be in the link. Wait, what's your say your Instagram one more time for the people here?
Um, Hyphy Souls
So
HYPHY.SOLES.
where it also be down in the link, down in the link. So on Instagram, do you mostly do shoes or clothing, or is it kind of like a mixture of both?
I okay. So when I first started, it was clothes because I would
Clothes.
only I would okay. So this is how I do it. I was getting all my product from the thrift store,
Mm,
and sometimes thrift stores always have more clothes than shoes.
facts.
So, if I saw a pair of Jordans at thrift store, I'm like, it's lit. Like, it's a great day. And
Mm-hmm.
then sometimes I wouldn't have shoes or I wouldn't find Nikes or whatever, or Adidas. And then I noticed that sometimes when I would buy clothes, they wouldn't sell because maybe I bought it too high. That's something I've noticed lately, or probably the past few years now, is that thrift stores in San Francisco are getting really expensive. So it's really hard it
Yeah.
really cuts into my profit.
Have you
And I
considered
don't
like thrifting outside of San Francisco, or have you been?
um I have my family lives in Sacramento. So
Where?
whenever I would be out there, I would go with my family and shop. My family, well, that's my grandma and my uncle, but my dad and my brother, my stepmom, um, they live in the East Bay in Hercules, and I would go to thrift stores out there in like Vallejo.
Where?
So I definitely have, but it's just like I don't have a car, so I can't really get there on my own.
Feel it. I feel it. You gonna get it though. You gonna get it though.
Oh,
I see. I
I'm
see you
saving up
making
for
your
a car.
sales, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm saving
Is
up for a car.
is there any? Are you into cars at all?
No,
No,
I'm
no,
not.
no. You just as long as it takes you from A to B.
Literally.
Literally, all right. Word.
I don't know. Like cars, like they never like
Caught your
appeal.
attention.
They never really caught my attention because it's just like I just always saw it as like a mode of transportation.
Right.
But no disrespect to people who are into cars, like because I know that's a really big thing is car culture.
Yeah, yeah. Especially in the city. I'm not gonna lie. Like everybody, I feel like a lot of people I meet in the city, like every other person has like some type of Instagram page for their car or something like that. I noticed.
I feel like it's not just that because like you do have like I call them rice rockets.
Oh man, I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, man.
It because like there's those guys or girls too. I've seen a few girls with those,
Yeah.
and then I see like the lowriders, like the OG shit. Like
Oh,
that's
so you like the OG shit.
it's not like I don't like it, but I respect it.
You respect it. You respect it.
Like I understand like where it comes from and like why it is.
Right. Right.
Because like it's part of Latino culture. I'm Mexican, I understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might not necessarily like something, but I'll try to respect it.
Mm.
Cause like that's not really like part of my family is like cars.
Right. So like when it came, well, going back to clothing though. So since you're not like really like whipping at the moment, what is like, do you feel like it's more difficult during these times of quarantine or like Corona in general? Like how, do you still go out and like go into thrift shops, or is it mostly online now
I do
at this point?
both. I'm trying to slow down on going out because I go out a lot.
Yeah, man.
But it sucks because like I don't have a job, so this is my job, and I need to
Word.
make money. I need to have bread.
I feel
Like,
that.
you know what
You
I'm
got to get
saying?
your
So
bread, man.
I gotta get bread one way or another. So um, but what I've been trying to do is like take care of business on one day, like one day out
Mm,
of the week or 2 days out of the week, and then the rest of the time stay at home.
mm.
Like I already have like a lot of inventory now, so I can just chill and just sell what I have now. And then once I have once I need inventory, I can go buy it.
So when it comes
But
to like reselling though, is this all you? Like this is all solo. Like you're not really getting help by
only
anybody
me.
else. This is all you. So like
No,
the advertising, the photos, the emailing people or DMing people. This is all you.
this is all me.
Do you like want to since this is like your main thing that you're doing, like you said, you don't have other job, this is your job, the resale game, that's all you. Do you feel like you want to resell to a point where you're expanding to having like other people work with you or work for you? Would you want to expand in that type of way? Like let's say you expanded to a point where you're able to open your own shop. Would you want to do something like that, or is it just like for the meantime I'm gonna do this right now?
Maybe, but like a shop is kind of hard because like you have to pay for like board,
Mm-hmm.
utilities, trash, electricity, gas,
Yeah, that's wild.
Wi-Fi. Like there's just so much you have to pay, especially in the Bay Area. Like it's really expensive to
Yeah.
own a brick and mortar shop.
Yeah, that's crazy. So would you consider like opening a shop somewhere else if you were to have the funds?
Maybe or like a pop-up shop.
Like have a little, oh, I've seen a couple of those at SF where people have little pop-up shops for like vintage clothing and all that. Would you want to do
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah. My honestly, my true love is like vintage clothes.
Word.
Like it was clothing first
Word.
that came because like I've always been into like as a kid I didn't really have nice clothes.
I feel it, man. I feel it.
Like I wasn't able to like buy brand new clothes and buy brand new shoes. Now that I have a little bit of bread, I have nice clothes. I can go to the stores.
Mm.
But I don't even honestly I don't even like going to the mall and buying new clothes like that unless it's like super nice. But I
Yeah.
literally only buy my clothes from Ross and Martin, and that's it.
I
And
mean,
thrift stores.
hey,
And
man,
that's it.
hey, Ross and Marshalls, man, sometimes be
Oh yeah.
carrying some heat. I'm not gonna lie. Don't get it twisted now.
Oh, of course not. Like what I tell people when they want nice clothes, I tell them go to Ross and Marshalls. But the thing is though, do not buy the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Buy the brand label stuff on sale or buy the
Yes.
stuff that looks like another brand, but it's still a quality.
Like the quality's there. You all good over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't hear you. You actually
They're shocked out, huh?
yeah.
We straight. But yeah, so that kind of answers the question I was gonna answer. I was gonna answer because you said you're mostly into vintage, right? Like that's your
Yeah,
main
I
thing, like
like
vintage clothing. I was gonna ask if you like dibble and dabble and like designer stuff, like or like high fashion or like hype beat stuff. Cause you kind of mentioned Palace. You know, there was a point where you got that fake
oh
Palace
like
jacket. You know what I
Supreme.
mean? Like Supreme, Palace, V Loan, all that.
I've sold Supreme, I've sold Bape. Um I don't know. Like, I'm not really like, it's cool. Like, I'll sell it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do own Supreme. I only own a few things, but that's not really like my lane. I got really like simple, basic menswear, vintage, um, streetwear.
Mm,
Nothing really hyped because I'm not one to be flashy.
mm.
I'm not one to be like, oh, like I'm wearing this shirt. I'm cool. I'm not really
Where,
into
where,
that.
where, where, where? Like, oh, I got this brand. I paid blase blah. This is me right here.
Yeah, like I'm not really into that.
I feel that. I feel that. So like, do you sell like when it comes to like, let's say tops? Like, do you like sell like vintage rap tees, like things like that?
I mean, I sell basically anything that I can have my hands on: windbreakers,
Right.
jackets,
Like starter
t-shirts.
jackets, all that.
Start um, Carhartt,
Word.
Tommy Hilfiger,
Okay.
Polo.
Okay. So you don't really like you don't really like dabbling. Like, let's say you get to a point where you're selling a lot and you're able to touch like stuff like I feel like unless you are already like things like Gucci, like Dior, like all
Um,
that stuff, like Dior stuff.
like that's cool. I would. There are some designer things. I'm not really into designer like that because it's just kind of out of like my price range.
I
Like
feel that.
like with stuff like that, people really want their money's worth and whatever they can get out of it,
Right.
and they're not as firm. Also, I don't know how to authenticate it.
Right. Do you feel like wait, what you mean you don't know how to I thought you said like you could kind of like search it up type.
Jordans is like very easy. Yeezys
Yeah,
are very
Jordan's easy.
or that's very very easy.
So we're talking sneakers in particular, like it's easy, but like clothing wise in general is like it's a little different.
A little bit different
Yeah.
because there's no like size like label
Right.
like on a. I mean there is, but it's
But
not as
like an example would be
it
like
doesn't have the barcode.
like a
It doesn't have the barcode or
but
anything
like
like
a
that.
Bape hoodie. You know how like a Bape hoodie or like some Bape clothing, they always have like the little barcode next to the
Yeah,
little
and they have the shiny
yeah, the little gold Bape ape, and then it like has a little barcode and everything. You kind of like
I Bape I know Supreme kind of it's pretty easy. I don't really dabble into that stuff because I can't find it for good deals and
I
like
feel that.
um I don't know, it's just I'm not really interested. Also, like that's kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe in the future I could get into it. But I mean, the vintage is just cheaper. Like
Right.
if I could buy a shirt for $5 or $10 and sell for 30, like I think that's way better
Yeah,
than you
yeah.
buy like 10 of those and that's $100 profit.
Right, because you could buy something like that costs like $300 and you really wouldn't know when you're gonna be able to sell it. Because I've seen a lot of folks who
Exactly.
who would try to dabble like from the jump, not even go to vintage or thrift. They'll just go to the jump, be like, you know what, I'm gonna spend like $600 on this jacket. I'm gonna see if I can resell it, and then they end up being stuck with the jacket with 600 in the drain.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I like buying low and selling high.
Okay. Word.
That is if you're an idiot and you want to know about business, that is what you need to know is buy low and sell high. And that's the thing I want to do the best. Buying the lowest so I can make the most amount of money.
Word. Y'all listening out there? Don't be fucking up buying no $1,500 collabs and out here with no cheddar in your pocket because you wasted it on a jacket.
No, never that.
No. But back to like thrift. But when it comes to thrifting, do you like I don't know. Do you feel as if like there's like little flaws to clothing? Like let's say if you found a good piece. Like let's say you found a good little vintage t-shirt and it has like a hole. Are you able to like do you know how to like sew
I
or
don't.
repair
If it's too
stuff?
big, I just pass on it.
If it's too big, you just pass on it. Like let's say you found like a vintage Supreme tee, but you just see a little bitty hole, you know, in the
Oh,
armpit
a
area.
small hole. It
You know what
depends
I
on what
mean?
it is.
Like you wouldn't want to like go out and like get a stitch, or you feel like that would just be too much work.
I've never really experienced that. If it has holes in it and they're like really big, I just pass on it because I can just put my money's worth to like something else that's nicer condition.
Right, right. So you said that you got into the resale game because you saw people doing it, and you're like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, right? But is there like anybody in particular
Yeah,
or
I
people
was
you've
also
done this with that are like, oh shoot, now I really got to do it because I seen this person do it, or you're like, oh, I've seen someone sell this, so I gotta. What's like the first thing that made you like open your eyes and say, I gotta get reselling, I gotta get into this?
This one guy named Paul Cantu. He lives in
Paul Cantu. Oh my God, yep, that's my guy right there. White bro.
Yeah, he really like.
He's funny, bro.
I saw his videos and he was pulling out like really nice stuff. I've never pulled out nice stuff like that ever.
No, he
Because
pulls
like that's not
crazy pulls.
well, it's different because it's Texas. I've been to Texas.
Yeah.
I've been to his hometown, Houston, a lot.
Have you? So
A,
you thrift?
a,
Did you
ev-
thrift out there?
I did. I wanted to go to more places, but we just didn't have enough time.
Mm.
Um, but the thing is, though, is that in states like those, their tax rate is a lot lower, and
Yeah.
the cost of living is so much lower. So they can he so their store is charging $5 a shirt is okay, like it's t- there, but here it's a little bit different because the cost of living is higher.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I do that. I also do some reselling from Marshalls and Ross
Okay. Okay.
when I get a
Okay.
chance. If I see something that if I see something that I like or
So
that looks profitable.
so what does like a regular day of reselling? Let's say like a average to busy type day of like the reselling life when it comes to like selling vintage clothing, stuff from Ross, being on eBay. What does it look like from like early morning till night? What is like kind of like the process, or is it like a come and go thing?
It's kind of a come and go thing because like um I'm not moving packs like I'm not moving 100 packs a day.
Word,
That's
word,
not.
word.
But it just depends because I wake up, eat breakfast, watch TV. If I gotta take photos for the day, I gotta post them, gotta list them. Uh, let's see, or I gotta do a meetup. I gotta meet up with the person, or I gotta go to the post office
Mm.
and ship it out, or I go to thrift stores or the sneaker stores. I've been doing that a lot recently. Is that if I have like a whatever shoe, like they're okay, and if I can trade them up at the sneaker shop, and there's always better shoes at the sneaker shop, of
Right.
course, I trade them up.
So how does that work? How does the whole trading up situation works when it comes to shoes?
Basically, what they do is okay. I'll give you an example. So um okay, so I saw a pair of black skeleton Air Force Ones. I don't know if you're familiar with those. They're
Yes,
Halloween.
I actually need those. I need those. There's a black pair, orange pair, and a white pair, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep,
Correct.
I got you.
Okay, so I traded in a pair of Crimson threes. They were pretty solid condition. They're not worth that much. They were asking 225 on those. And I brought them in and I paid $75 for these Crimson threes off my friend.
Sheesh.
He was asking 120 and I offered him 60 and he was like, "Can you do 90?" I said 70.
Okay, I
Or no.
like that.
I so
Talk
I
him down.
negotiated and he said, dude at the store said, "We can give you $140 in credit." So subtract 220 for 140, that comes out to $80. So I
Damn.
basically got that shoe for $80 and I sold it for
Damn.
190.
Sheesh. All right, you made a little profit. Okay. So do you feel like doing it that way, like the trading situation is like more, do you get more profit off of the trading situation or just like buying and selling?
I couldn't.
So you see a huge,
Can you repeat that? You actually cut off.
my bad. Yeah, it feels like it's a little cut it off too. I said, do you make more profit from just buying and selling, or does the trading method work better when it comes to profit?
It depends because I'll buy a shoe, I'll buy a pair of Jordans for $80 and sell it for 150 or whatever, or I'll do a bulk deal or whatever. But I usually do trades if like a shoe is like bricking.
Mm. So
Or the shoe is not that desirable.
is there like any shoe that you feel like, is there ever a time where you feel like there's shoes where people, it kind of like fluctuates to where like you don't want to risk like buying, or like was there ever a situation where you actually bought a shoe and you thought you were going to make profit off of it but ended up going down the drain and did not make much profit at all, or maybe even lost money?
Oh, of course. But like I don't really think, okay, a lot of people are like, okay, a lot of people think like, oh, like if I wore something, I need to get my money back. I cannot lose money. I
Right.
think that's a terrible mindset because you're not 100% out of the time, most of the time, you are not going to be able to get what you put into them,
Right.
first of all. So losing a little bit of money is okay because if you gained, or my bad, if you only lost a few dollars or a little bit, you can use that money again and reinvest.
Right.
So that's how I look at it. And if I sell a shoe for $2, that's the extra $2 for $10.
Right.
That's $10 I had more than yesterday. So it's not like, so and I can use that money again, once again, to reinvest in
So
something that's better.
so basically keep recycling that money.
Yeah, just keep recycling. That's literally
Keep
how it
recycling
goes.
it. So wait, so
Basically.
you said you're into vintage clothing, and I noticed that a lot of people are kind of doing the little vintage look, the fitted caps with the wrap tees and the baggier type pants. They're trying to bring that vintage look back. Do you feel like after that whole little trend of people trying to bring it back that hasn't been doing it, has it been more hard to resell vintage clothing since there's a lot of people trying to do the resale thing when it comes to vintage items?
Yeah, definitely. I'm young.
Right,
These
right,
other
right.
people who are doing it are really young.
Yeah,
They
really young.
want, they're my age or even younger, a little bit older than me. You know, they be hanging out at the thrift store all day. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
They're really in this. And not just resellers, but young people who want stuff that I like.
Mm,
So that's just how I look at it. I definitely also that stuff is starting to get more expensive
mm.
at the thrift stores.
Do you feel like, well, do you buy majority of your stuff more in thrift stores or online? Currently,
Clothes, thrift store.
thrift store.
Shoes and clothes and thrift stores, and then online. It just depends. It really depends on what it is online. Because I don't buy from eBay that often for
Mm,
use, unless it's a really solid deal.
right. If it's a steal.
If it's a steal, yeah. Also, we live in California, so we get hit with tax on everything, literally.
Yeah, taxes is crazy. It could be $40 or 50, depending on the item. It's
Oh
almost
yeah,
even a quarter of what the item's worth.
I know, and it's irritating because
It's
it cuts into
crazy.
my profit.
Yeah, man. So do you feel like you would make more profit if you were to find items in person in comparison to doing the online selling,
Yeah,
basically?
but
But there's also shipping though, huh?
they're shipping, but also I'm a reseller that has connections to other resellers.
Oh, okay. That's
So
another question I was gonna ask.
so people hook me up and I hook them up.
Right. So
But
kind of like, so
I
is it
tend
kind of
not to
like,
buy too much from resellers unless
right,
I know them or it's a really solid deal.
right. So is it like when you say you got plugged, is it kind of like other people who resell, or is there some places who or some people that own little stores that sell stuff, or how does the plugging situation work?
Usually it's other resellers that I know that hit me up for a steal or I'll give them a steal. Because if I'm already making a decent chunk of profit, I'll just hook you up. Also, just it's just common courtesy. You don't want to always be firm on your prices.
Right.
Because if I know people always want to make the most money. That's just how America is, as capitalism basically.
Yeah.
But connections over money. Because if you were to hook up a guy, you know, and or you sold this shoe a little bit lower than you wanted, but you made a connection with this guy, and he can hook you up, or he might buy more off you,
Right.
or he can tell his friends oh, Hyphy Souls, he really be giving out deals. If you need shoes or clothes, tap in with him. I just how I look at it.
Right. Do you feel like it's been harder to sell and buy in general during this whole COVID situation, or do you feel like it's kind of similar to how it was before?
Honestly, I've been selling a lot more. Because I started. Okay, I had an Instagram page before Hyphy Souls,
Mm.
and it wasn't working. It did not work for me, and I restarted it. I did it one more time. I had a whole new fresh face, all that, and it started working. It started working in January this year.
Dang.
Then COVID happened. So more people were at home. More people had, needed money to buy, till they sell their shoes, sell their clothes, da, 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 da.
Right.
And people were donating stuff to thrift stores. And also it was just weird how I kind of just not blow up big time, but start gaining a little bit of traction
Okay. Okay.
on Instagram.
Yeah, I peep you, bro. I saw you said something about like Black Friday sales. I was like, oh, he big. I was like, he's doing sales on sales.
I only sold one thing that day.
I was about to say, I saw that. I was like, okay, hold on. I'm talking to a reseller, like a crazy, like, in the game vet. Like, do you feel like you're a vet in the game, or you feel like there's a lot to learn still?
I only sold one. I mean, I've been doing it for 3 years.
So you've been doing it for
I've
3 years, but just barely started blowing up this year, though.
Yes. How do I like? There are people who only been doing it for like a year. I've really been doing this. Like I've been doing it. Like before it was kind of like a thing. Like people know me as that. Like I'm not gonna say that sneaker reselling is like a new thing. That's
right.
People been doing that.
Right.
But I feel like I've been doing it for a while. But honestly, who really put me on was my mother, my mom. My mom would always take me to thrift stores. She did eBay a lot, actually. A few years back, she would resell. My mom is she doesn't sell like shoes, but like our hypebeast clothing. But she'd resell things she find at the thrift store.
Damn, that's crazy.
So like she really like put me on.
Damn, Mama do. So basically, like it's kind of like she kind of introduced you in a way, and like or gave you the opportunity, to start, getting into this resale thing.
So, like we really been doing this, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, you go way back then. But hey, do you remember like the first like?
She's probably. Hold on, you cut off.
Bro, you just cut off, bro. Gee, can you still hear me though? Are you cut off still? You good?
You cut.
Bro, you're cutting off on me, bro. You're frozen.
Bro, it was all going out well.
Few moments later.
Did you end up going to it?
I went to all 3 of them.
All right, so that's another question. How do you feel about going to sneaker meetups with the whole COVID thing going on? Like, you know how like COVID could be transmitted or put into items if someone was to sneeze on an item. Like, is there like precautions you take when it comes to like cleanliness or?
I don't back people up. I like hit them with the elbow.
But like items like shoes and clothes, all that. Like clean them.
Well, also like yes, that is true, but it's not as much as like someone sneezing or coughing.
Right.
On you. Like on you.
Do you feel like, well, when you went to these sneaker meetups, were there a lot of people who actually wore masks and was, keeping distant, or was it kind of like packed up? Was there a limit to people, or
no?
was it just regular?
Oh, but it was outside, so
it was outside. Yeah.
See, I keep my mask on 100%. It never comes off. It literally never comes off my face if I'm outside, unless I'm just trying to take a breather. That's it.
Right.
But other than that, it stays on my face.
All right. Cool. So, do you feel like business? Well, you kind of spoke on how people were home, they're buying and selling, do you feel like based off of COVID, did your sales really go up or really went down? Or was
They
it still the same?
they went up.
It went up. So COVID was actually a benefit towards your business part.
Well, the reason why is because I had like a central like a page, an Instagram page. Because regular people aren't on eBay or
Right.
on Depop or anything or Grailed, excuse me. But everyone has an Instagram page.
True.
People who don't even resell sneakers, just regular people have, and that brought way more attention to what I had going on. And okay, obviously when I started it in January, I didn't expect COVID to happen.
Right.
So it just happened and I had to go with it.
Do you feel like you're making more sales through Instagram than on eBay, Depop, and Grail?
I kind of
meetup wise.
I kind of left that. I still do it here and there, but I get more eyes and more sales on Instagram.
So Instagram is like your main source of selling right now.
Yes.
Do you also buy through Instagram, or is that mostly?
I buy through Instagram sometimes.
Is there like pages you follow, or is it kind of like a thing like, oh, if you see something here and there, is it people you know?
If I see something like, oh yeah, like if they're reputable, I'll buy. But if they're not, what I'll do is something called GUA or GUA.
GUA. Okay, you gotta give me an explanation, man. I don't know what you're talking about. GUA.
Gifted upon arrival.
Okay.
GUA basically means that I'll pay them once they send the shoe and I check them out.
Do you feel like that kind of affects your sales in a way?
Kind of, because people are like, well, I just give me money now.
Right.
But it's like, but what about if your shoe's fake? Or what about you sell me shoes and what you call it? They don't come as described. There's a big hole in them, something like that,
Have you ever used an app called Mercari?
I have.
Like, I feel like they kind of do a similar thing where have you ever bought or sold on Mercari?
Not really, no.
Because there's a thing where you actually, like, when someone receives the item, like, the person selling doesn't get paid until like the person confirms it and like checks out the item. So do you feel like that's kind of like the same thing in your realm? Like, you're doing your own little thing where like, I'm not sending you money to like confirm that this is like legit and as described, basically.
Yes. But it sucks for me though, because sometimes I have to do it with someone else. But then I have to look at it like, oh, it's a new opportunity with someone. Because now, once they check it out and it's legit, they can gift. It's called gifting.
Right.
They can gift me if they want to buy something from the future because I'm reputable.
So how long did it take you to like kind of build a rep for yourself? Was it like ever since like the Instagram page, or you had kind of a rep of reselling before the whole Instagram page blew up? Because you said you've been doing this for 3 years. Because you said you've been doing this for 3 years, and that's kind of like 2 years before the page really started blowing up. So did you feel like you had rep locally?
I had a big local following. Because I would sell clothes to kids at school and shoes, and then their friends.
Dang. So so besides your mom and Paul can too, was there like ever a time where you considered yourself like reselling in groups? Because I know there's people who resell solo, and there's also people who resell in groups where they have like kind of like a group chat where they're like, oh, hey, this is about a release. I know this place, this space.
Discord group?
Something like that. Yeah, a Discord group.
They're called cook groups. That's what they're called.
Wait, what? They're called what?
Cook groups.
Cook groups. Why are they called cook groups?
Because like there's like a term when you like buy multiple pairs, like you cook. You cook.
Oh shit! Y'all making it sound like you selling drugs out here.
I know. I don't know why they call it that.
God damn!
I actually got into a Discord group and my dumbass lost the password, so I can't get in the group again.
Wow.
But honestly, it was kind of a lot because I didn't know how to like work the Discord, because I don't really go on Discord that often. But I recently started this group chat with this one big reseller, and he doesn't only resell hype stuff, but he sells like shoes from Ross. There's
Right.
there's two. There's okay. People think reselling is only Yeezys and Jordans.
Right.
That's not necessarily true. You can do something called retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. Retail arbitrage is when you go to Marshalls or Ross or Walmart or Target even.
Walmart and Target?
Walmart and Target, yes. You can actually. That's called retail arbitrage. Online arbitrage is when you buy something online from Foot Locker, Champs, Nike.com, if it's on sale or whatever. They're not hype releases. They're Air Forces, Air Maxes, GR, general release stuff, and you flip it for a profit. Usually you buy it on sale or you have discount codes.
Right.
And I just bought my first pair from Nike.com. I'm waiting for them to come in. I'm going to try retail arbitrage.
Okay.
And this group, he honestly, it's kind of lit because he posts free game. Like he says, oh, if you use the Nike discount, you can, and you have to pay for this stuff too, but he's giving out for free.
Damn.
And if you go on this website, they'll give you this much discount. And also, if you use like a cash back service, you get cash back on top. So you're getting the shoe for even cheaper.
Right.
So, I mean, that's free game. Like, I'm definitely going to start utilizing that soon.
So do you feel like people who are doing, all right, you gotta bring those two terms back up. So there's retail what now? Arbitrage, and then there's
online arbitrage, OA and RA.
So which one do you feel like is making the most profit, not only for you yourself, but like you've seen in general, like people are making more profit in? Or is it kind of like a mix?
It's kind of a mix because like I follow a bunch of like different like resellers. Because I'm not like a typical reseller that sells Jordans and Supreme and Yeezys. Like
the hype stuff.
That's like 15-year-old stuff. Like I'm
not
like
the hype beast stuff.
Yeah, like that's for like little kids.
Like you ain't out here selling Supreme bricks and stuff like that.
No. Like Supreme died, but that's another thing. But just like I've just noticed that those are like kids, they're like teens, like kind of. But the guys who are doing online arbitrage and they're a little bit older. I've noticed they're grown men, I've seen both. Like, it just depends on like your situation, because maybe you don't want to go out for COVID at all,
right?
So you go online, or you have a Ross or you have a Nike outlet in your area. So you have the access to go to these stores. It just depends on like what is available in your area,
Right. Was there ever like a point where you were up there in the whole resale game with all the vintage clothing, and there was a point where like, people kind of like doubted you or felt like you weren't really going to sell, like didn't really take you serious, that made you feel like, oh, I don't know if I want to get into this.
Finessing people.
Like you was finessing people?
I'm finessing people. I mean, it kind of is, but it kind of not.
But that's also like, you can't really say that because everything that's sold is kind of, if you would want to do it in real terms, it's kind of like everything's finesse. If you really think about it, like a pair of Jordans, you're getting sweatshop workers to make them for like $5 and then selling them in the US for $200.
Yes.
Technically.
But also, okay, so these factories pay Nike, right? To make Jordans and Adidas Yeezys, right? And then Foot Locker buys from Nike, which is wholesale. You know what wholesale is, correct?
Yeah, it's like way cheaper.
Kind of.
In a sense.
Like, yes, like, and then retail is what Foot Locker charges $200 for a pair of Jordans.
Right.
So you're basically, these companies and factories are buying low to sell high. It's the same thing what I'm doing essentially because they're reselling to each other.
Right.
It's just more legitimized.
Right. So what kept you like to keep pushing to stay in the resale game? Was there ever a point where you felt like, damn, I don't think this is really working out. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I might just give up and just get a regular job. Like, this ain't it.
Um,
Or do you feel like it's been going pretty good to the point where, like, I really haven't had those thoughts at all?
there were times where I was like, damn, like I'm spending too much money, like I'm not getting it back
Right.
in a timely manner. And this is before the Instagram page.
Mm.
Um, and I wasn't making as much money. I was only making like $10, $15 per item.
Mm.
Now I'm making $30 to $100 in profit per
Damn.
item almost. So I definitely think that I'm gonna get a job, but then I actually wanted to get a summer job before college, before I went to Sac State, but then COVID happened, so that was a no-go.
Yeah, that's questionable.
I was pretty bummed.
Do you feel like, I don't know, do you feel like there's ever a time where you feel that when it comes to reselling, people, because for example, not only just reselling, like any job that's not typical, you know, people think like typical, like what are you going to Sac State for?
Fashion,
Right?
merchandising.
So that kind of connects to reselling and all. So are you going to kind of connect that into like reselling? Like try to like get more because since you're going into fashion, do you feel like you would, even though you said you haven't dabbled in like high-end brands, do you feel like eventually you will be dibbling and dabbling if you were to keep growing with this resale situation?
Maybe. I'm
Or
not
will you
so
stick to
sure.
vintage?
I do vintage on the side now, but it just depends. Just like if I can get good deals, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I would really like to take reselling full time,
Mm,
but I don't know. Like college is pretty important.
right. All right. So this is a question like, you know, a lot of people would, like, you already have something going on, and people who have going on always have this question. If you were to like expand like full out, let's say you were making like, I don't know, like 50, 60, 80,000 a year just from reselling. Do you
It's a
feel
lot of
like you would,
college.
let's just say, hey, you never know. Would you continue going to SAC? Like continue schooling? Or do you feel like you wouldn't really need it because you're already making the profit?
I feel like I would probably drop out. But the thing is though is that I really because like reselling is cool. Like in okay, like when you have a job, there's levels to it. You
Right.
know, retail worker, and then you become assistant manager, and then
Right.
manager,
General manager, all
general
that.
manager, the boss of the whole store. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In reselling and when you're doing your own thing, there's no like levels like to it.
You're just the person.
You're just a person.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, there's gonna be like levels like I'm buying more product, I'm selling more product. I have an online store, I have a in-person store, but I really want to take like business because that's what it is. It's not just reselling; it's business. I want to take it into like other things, like maybe creating a clothing brand or going to real estate or selling other things. I recently started this new business. I'm a skateboarder at heart. Like I've been skating for
Word.
I've been trying to sell used skate shoes and equipment.
Oh, wow. Are you gonna start selling like decks?
I have some.
Would you ever consider like, would you like, you said customize like make like clothing and all. Would you ever consider like
having own brand, a deck
making
brand?
like, yeah, like, or having your own brands where you can make clothing, decks, and all stuff like that, like merch?
Maybe. The thing is with that is like it's very costly. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, you can find a pair of Jordans at thrift store for like $45, $60, and I can sell it for like $100 or $120. That's $50, $60, $70 in profit. That's a decent chunk of profit. And right. But the thing is though, is that with a clothing brand, it's very costly and timely because like you have to buy each item for a certain price and then sell it at that price. Right. And you have to do it in multiples of that. Right. I don't know. It's just a way different from reselling.
Yeah, wouldn't you like kind of need like a team at that point? Because it would just be too much workload on yourself.
I mean, you can not
If you're
really.
gonna literally like gonna make the design, print it out, do the packaging, like if you were to expand to a point where like you're selling like, let's say you're getting about 100 orders a week.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Would you want to expand to something like that?
Maybe. I mean, that's where the big bucks are, really.
Right, right. Have you what kind of would you stick to vintage clothing if you were to make like your own brand? Or would you kind of like dibble and dabble in other things that are going on, like
I would really like to make
things
like
that are popping?
I like to make like custom clothes or like certain styles.
Is there like a particular type of clothing? Like let's say like tops, jeans, jackets, shirts, or a little bit of everything?
Like, do you know what utilitarian style is?
I have an idea based on you like the utility part.
Like
Like kind of
like cargo pants,
yeah.
military gear,
Overalls?
somewhat
Kinda, somewhat, yeah.
workwear,
Workwear.
like but classic American workwear, Dickies, Carhartt.
Yeah.
What else? Excuse me.
God damn, you all right? Hey, bro, get some water. God damn it.
I'm drinking water.
There you go, G. You good, bro?
I'm good. I'd really like to make stuff like that.
Have you like got in contact with anybody or ever had like ideas with somebody? Like, is there like people in your mind like, all right, if I was to get this run in, I know who to call?
Not really, no, because like I'm just a one man like person doing one man or like a one like certain like lane. So like, not really. And also, I haven't had like that much exposure to like other like people or other connections or other networking because I'm just focusing on one thing and I'm not and I don't have the capital to do all that yet.
Right.
I'm still trying to stack up the capital.
Do you feel like thrifting is like or not thrifting, reselling and like just selling vintage clothing and all? Because you spoke on real estate. Is it like selling is the thing that you're like doing, or is it specifically like clothing?
Just flipping, literally.
You just like flipping shit.
I just like flipping anything I can make profit on.
So like, anything? So basically, you just like flipping shit. Because okay. So it's not in particular just vintage stuff. If you can find a good deal on something, you're gonna flip that shit.
I mean, back in high school, right? This is what I would do.
Because you said you was flipping. What was you doing in high school? You said you was flipping cereal. How do you flipping cereal? How do you flip cereal? Are you selling it like the little cereals? Like what do you mean flip cereals?
This is what I would do.
You over here selling Travis Scott cereal boxes?
I have sold those, but
God damn.
So I would go to like the dollar store.
Word.
And okay, actually, I don't know how I found like this exotic snack page where they post snacks that are like discontinued.
What the fuck?
And the dollar store basically that's clearance items being taken, so they're discontinued, but they're still okay to eat, of course.
Right.
I would buy them for $1 each, sell them for $3 each.
Damn.
And I would clear the shelves.
That's crazy. So you did not, when it comes to reselling, did you start with like the whole school with the snacks? Like you didn't start off as clothing.
The snacks came later.
So what was like the first thing you started flipping? Because I know there was so you started flipping right when you noticed that people were flipping clothes? Because you said that you said, oh, I see people doing it. Why can't I do it? Was that like the beginning of your reselling? Like,
well, I saw people do it.
Right.
And my mom, she had like a jacket and she wanted to give it to me. And I said, it's kind of tight on me. I was like, it was actually a Tommy Hilfiger jacket.
Word. And
I put it on Snapchat. Next day for $30. Someone took it for $30.
Damn, that's crazy. Have you do you feel like without social media, it would be kind of, was there ever a time where you I don't know if you did it this young, but did you ever like sell things before social media? Like was social media always the platform where you could kind of like advertise the thing you're trying to sell? Because I feel like everybody is taking advantage of social media, but do you feel like there's ever a time where you did sell without using social media?
Um, not really.
Not really.
Not really, no. Cause like it's just hard to get out. Like it's just hard. Word of mouth is cool, but it's like people can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you feel like you'll be able to? All right. This will never happen, but let's say like there was no social media at all. Would you be still into like flipping shit? You know what I
Um,
mean? Or would you go into something? Is there like besides reselling, is there any other passions you have? Like things you like doing or you like in general?
like skateboarding,
Skateboarding,
um, sneakers, collecting like art. Maybe
art.
I like doing art. I
You
like
paint?
no, I do not. I like to make collages.
Okay, okay.
Maybe I can show you what I've made
You got something with you right now?
in my room. Here, I'll look at it.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You better hurry up, bro. Come on now. So, as y'all notice, you feel me? Go follow my Snapchat. You feel me? At Don't Mind the Name Middle School Taco Turtle 21. You feel me? Go ahead and tap in with my Instagram. You feel me? Just Michael. You feel me? All the links gonna be below. Yeah, go check that out. You feel me? Oh, you back, bro? You back? Okay. Yo, that's crazy. Wait, is that off of like is that comics or manga in the back?
That's manga strips.
Oh, are you into anime?
No, I did watch a lot of anime as a kid. So I live in Japantown of San Francisco.
Oh shoot.
So
What?
I've always been around.
Fire.
I'm not Asian though.
Oh yeah, you just said you're Mexican.
I'm Mexican and black. I'm not. Oh, this is the
What?
other.
Let me see that. That's crazy. You ever consider selling shit like this, dude?
Nah,
You can
but
make profit.
honestly, I just made it for fun.
Bro, you need to start flipping, bro. You need to start venturing off of that, bro.
It's cool. Like, I mean, it is in my room, but
How much would it cost to make something like that?
honestly, like, it was basically free.
Bro, I would pay like I'd buy something like that. I'd pay like $50 for that.
Oh, damn. Okay, maybe I might have
I
some.
mean, you know what I mean? Like that looks clean as hell. Like,
Thank you. I
oh, you
appreciate
could
that.
sell if you got like, let's say like mainstream manga. Let's say Naruto. You put like a little bit of Bleach in there. Some One Piece. If you
Well,
did like strips of that into something like that.
well, okay. So the manga actually. So there's one time I was, in downtown. The SF library has like the library truck where you can take books and check out books.
Right.
And they had free books and they had manga books, so I took those.
Damn.
So it was free. And then the gift of postcards, I when I went to Japan, I got them.
Word.
Yeah, I live in Japantown. My mom, well, the um, elementary school I went to was bilingual, so they had Japanese classes. My mom worked at a Japanese after school like care center. Um, the church I went to, um, I used to practice a lot of Buddhism, so that also had a lot of Asian ties.
Mm.
So I've always had like Japanese culture and like, you know, Asian culture, Filipino culture too. My stepmom,
Okay.
I know you're Filipino.
Damn. Oh, Philip. All right, we're gonna go discuss that. But what were you saying?
I saw your interview with Reese.
Word. All right, that's fire. That's fire.
That's how you and Kyle bonded. I know.
I was like, oh damn, this man did his research. Hold on, let me get up to my game. So what was you about to say though?
But I've always been around like Asian culture. Like my stepmom, she's Filipina. She really put me on with the pancit, halo.
Okay,
No.
what you know about the lechon sisig, bro?
And having eating with a fork and a spoon.
Okay, You know what's up? Okay. Let me test you a little something. Let
And
me
then
test you.
the big pig.
The big pig.
The pig, you know when you have the pig and you
Oh, the lechon. Yeah, lechon. That's it, bro.
lechon, there you go.
You ever had a adobo?
Like once.
Chicken adobo? You don't really like it?
It's not like I don't like it. It's just like there ain't that many Filipino like food spots.
In SF?
There's like one or two, like, but it's like in
There's
the
there's a lot. There's
Really?
there's some in Daly City.
That's Daly City though.
What? That's not San Francisco though. That's technically San Francisco. It's like,
Nah.
bro, it's connected though.
I've been to Max's.
Oh yeah,
Only-
Max's. You know, you had the lechon sisig for there.
No.
Damn, bro, you gotta try that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's good. That's good.
What's the dish that comes on the plate, the sizzling hot plate,
The skillet.
the skillet? Yeah.
That's sisig, the little
sisig?
pork with the
Okay,
pork
yeah.
with the like it has like peppers in it, onions.
That's
Yeah,
really
that's sisig. Yeah. Did you have like a pork one, chicken? Because in Filipino language, Tagalog, like pork is lechon. That's why they call it
Lechon,
like, lechon
okay.
sisig.
okay.
Yeah.
And then is it belut or berut? The
You
egg.
talking about balut?
Or balut? Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. No, that's where you. I don't know, man. That's the boundary where I'm not gonna step on. I don't know how I feel about eating like a chick inside an egg, bro. That's crazy. People who actually eat it. I actually have a homegirl.
He likes
I was
it?
like, no. My homegirl's Mexican, you know, straight from Jalisco, you know what I mean? And I was like on her snap, and she was like, I got some balot on me. I was like, I don't know if you I hit her up. I said, are you sure you know what balut is? And the next thing she sends me is that shit open with the baby chick out there like this and shit. I said, fuck no. She said she likes it. I was like, yo, you must have a Filipino boyfriend or something. You must love him.
Like a little chicken. Like that's so sad.
No, that's crazy because it's a complete chicken in there. It's a dead chicken. It's basically what it is. A baby dead chicken before it's born and hatched. It's inside. But that's crazy though. That's crazy.
I know a little. I do know like a good amount of like Asian culture. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, are you very into like Japanese culture?
Yeah.
What's have you what parts of Japan have you been to?
I went to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. I climbed Mount Fuji.
You climbed it? Like for real?
Yeah, check this out.
Like, did you have like the oxygen shit or something?
No, it ain't that tall. That's when you go to Mount Everest.
Oh, I was about to say I don't know how tall Mount Fuji is, but
13,000 feet.
hell no. You literally climbed that shit.
This is the walking staff I used when I climbed up there.
How long did it take you to get up there?
Hold up. And you get a stamp on the wood for each elevation you went to.
This man's Mr. Mountain Man over here. That's crazy.
That was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. This shit was so hard.
Bro, since you've been to Tokyo and Japan, like, you know, vape in general, is it true that vape's cheaper out there?
Yes.
Have you tried like buying? Whenever you get to Japan and then reselling it out here?
I wasn't reselling that much at the time.
Would you consider doing that? How much cheaper is it though?
Not that much cheaper.
Not that much. It's kind of similar.
Yeah.
But the sizing for vape in general is like you got to go like a size up all the time.
Yeah.
Size or two up. Would you ever like consider like moving out of the city to continue reselling, or do you feel like the city's like the spot? Like this is your spot. Like let's say you made it to where like you're able to move out, you're financially stable, you're doing your own thing. Do you feel like you're gonna keep on doing your resale thing in the city, or would you eventually just venture off to different places?
I love to travel. I never really got to travel that much as a kid.
Right.
I really want to travel the other like. My mom couldn't afford it, and my dad wasn't interested or was really busy. I don't know how you cannot be interested in traveling the world. Like
that's what I'm saying, bro. I ain't gonna lie. People who be like, I don't really want to travel. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
The most ignorant people are the people who have not traveled in their lives.
That is facts though, because people like to judge things based off what they see online or on social media and be like, I don't want to go there because they got this. I'm like, I don't know. You can't really say nothing until you actually be there with your 2 feet.
That's true, but what I'm trying to say is like they're so like inclined to their own
Opinion,
lifestyle
lifestyle.
that like they can't see like other cultures and like other how other people live and like experience other walks of life.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. I feel that too. I feel that. Like, do you feel like while traveling, you notice that? Because there are parts where you do travel and you kind of like go back to your mind and be like, I'm kind of grateful that I have these things. You know what I mean? Because like there's people who, I don't know, because I feel like I've traveled to places where it's kind of like third world. And like it kind of makes you reflect on life and saying like, I'm actually really grateful because there's people who got really nothing, but you can see them smiling all the time and happy with whatever they got. You know what I mean?
So I've only been to a few places.
Right.
I've been to Japan, Mexico, Arizona, Texas, Nevada.
Mm.
It's kind of about it. But I've never really when I went to Mexico, I didn't really think that, but I could see why. And I went to Cabo because like in most when see is different like in the United States because major cities they're tourist hubs, but they're also hubs for like other things. In other countries, the only way of business is tourism, and that's it.
Facts.
So, hold on, let me get my thought. I just totally lost my thought.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. You're good. Collect yourself, bro. So you're saying that some people make majority of their profit based off of tourism.
Yes, and like in those like areas and towns, that's the obviously like the rest of it is rough because there's no like established like government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of places. For a lot of places. So my question is, do you have any next big steps when it comes to the resale thing? Do you have like any big events coming up? I know you had a little sale, a little sale, a little one thing.
Yeah, one thing.
But
So
upcoming though, 2021's coming up. This year was pretty much trash for a lot of people. A lot of bad things going on. But like, do you have kind of like any goals or anything coming up?
Like, I just want to be able to just buy more and sell more at a higher quantity, get my followers up, maybe expand to other businesses, like keep putting up with other things. Let's see what else. But just also like personal, make sure I'm okay, I'm mentally okay, healthy, do well in college.
Man, you got this, bro. I'm telling
you. Finals is coming up.
As long as you're on it, bro, you're gonna be straight, bro.
I got a research paper in like 2 days, dude. I haven't even started it yet.
Bro, I had a presentation before I started talking to you, bro, and I got like a couple finals to study for that I haven't studied for yet, but I'm pretty sure I got it though. We got it. Bro,
that same energy.
Come on, G. Bro, this energy's 1,000. You know what I'm saying? When Reese introduced you, I already knew, if you know Reese and you in good hands with Reese, I know you good peoples. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's why automatic when he was like, bro, you gotta check out this bro. He's my homie. I was like, automatic. I already know the energy. I feel like I could vibe with you. You know what I mean? I feel like your energy's fire. You from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no faker. A lot of people be faking. Be like, yo, I'm from the Bay.
I was born.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people who, I'm not gonna like gentrification a little bit. People, putting on their bios, born and raised. I'm like, I don't know. I thought you was from Utah. But I'm just saying, like, the energy's cool.
I appreciate that.
And you said nothing really like big. What do you feel like 2021 we might see a pop-up shop? Maybe a little pop-up shop. Who knows?
Maybe.
Little tent or something.
Maybe. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. There's another meetup coming up.
So definitely that.
Word. Where at?
I'm not so sure. The details aren't disclosed, but
Okay.
hopefully soon. Um, but just also for the world, man. Like
Man.
people dying left and right.
Hey, man. At this point, yes, of course. At the end of the day, bro, I'm always, I'm like many other people grateful to be alive. You got to think about it, man. Being alive is actually, man, that's something you always got to be grateful for, because a lot of people, take life for granted. I'm not gonna lie.
Alive and healthy.
Alive and healthy. And also care for your family, bro. I'm saying, like, a lot of people got their issues, but at the same time, I feel like you just got to keep pushing and you got to keep a positive mindset at the end of the day. Because if there's always going to be times where it's rough, but if you keep a positive mindset, I feel like based off your actions, you could lead to something much bigger than yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Feel me? It's that energy, bro. It's that energy.
I understand. I really appreciate you having me on here. I
Bro,
know it was
amazing having you here, bro. Bro, we was trying to get this on for like a month. Hey, for people who don't know and who's gonna see this, we've been trying to get this on for a month, bro. It's just times be looking different, man. Times be looking different.
and it's how time. I'm not even busy.
No, it's not even that. It's just like like time is really weird. Like, so basically, like my schedule, like I don't even have a set schedule. It's just like you, like it fluctuates. Even though I'm working, it fluctuates. So I don't know what my schedule is from week to week. So it fluctuates. So I don't know. It was just weird between us. But bro, it was hella fire having you here, bro.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Can you but before we head out, can you go ahead and shout your shit out again for the people that might have missed it in the beginning?
Of course. Hypey Souls on Instagram. My personal is Ugly Boy Jess. I need to change that, by the way.
Boy, I mean, it's cool though. It's cool. It's your name though. That's you.
That is true.
That's you.
Follow me though. It's instead the L. It's a 1.
It's all good, bro. I'm gonna end up putting everything on the link.
Okay, perfect. Hypey
All right.
Souls. I resell vintage clothing, sneakers, and anything I can find. Basically, please follow me for shoes. Any deals? Please DM me if you want anything.
Yes,
See
sir.
anything or see anything you like. I'll make my best to accommodate to whatever your needs are. You
Hell
too. I
yeah.
mean, you too. Hit me up.
Bro, I'm already gonna hit you up, bro. I got you, bro. I see some things I might need. I'm not gonna lie, man.
What size are you?
I'm a size 12.
That's my size.
Ah!
Size 12.
Hey, man, it was good having you, bro.
I appreciate that.
All right, everybody, who's watching, go check my boy out. Check my boy Jess out. You already know. Go like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend.